I did my Reiki level 1 in 2018, and I did I did it without any clear purpose in my mind, and I forgot it. In fact, that was kind of a class. I joined it sort of, packaged tarot plus Reiki. So I just did it, and there was no clear motivation, no consciousness. I just did it. I completely forget, and it was so casually done that I did not even do my self cleansing for 21 days after that. So after my attunement, around at the time of my attunement, I asked my Reiki teacher that I am not feeling anything. So she tried to explain to me that if you put sugar in the tea, it is going there only. Maybe you don't feel it sweet enough. You need to develop your perceptions over the time. So I realized कि maybe over the time I'll feel something, but I happily did kept my certificate in the closet, and that's it. I forgot about it. And then after 2 years, I came into contact with Kashmira through Seekers Club, and when I saw this course, Reiki Recap, that was the first online recap course she was planning. So I thought maybe that is the calling. It's time that I should go back to Reiki, and we all have time at our hand. No, I'm a full-time employed person, 9 to 5. So otherwise, it's difficult to take out time. But because of these online things, life is a bit more convenient sometimes, and you get certain avenues which are not available otherwise. So I took it, and I think it was a very good decision. I joined that course. I realized that when you do it with a group, there is a synergy around that time, and it really helps you. I mean, I was very skeptic otherwise that have I ever done it? I think the most frequent question in that class, Cash, was not just me. There were two, three more skeptics like us, and we used to ask, "Are you sure we had Reiki inside us? Are you sure we were attuned?" I mean, now we have come to a different teacher. So she said, "No, you." She gave us certain, exercises that you feel. Are you feeling something? And we always used to nod like this, or sometimes like this. Pata nahi, but something is going on. But Cash, is it happening? Is it happening? But it is not something which will happen in 1 second and you will feel, okay, this is it now. When you look back and you realize from where you start, that is the difference. Your displacement from your initial journey, and suddenly you realize that the pains which you were already feeling, they're not there. You are feeling more grounded, you're feeling a sort of calmness. And when you start taking things, every moment, start enjoying one second of your life, then you realize, hey, okay, you are being connected to something higher than you. It's not just your energy which is guiding you. And so over this recap time, we did it, and Cash made a promise that she will attune us for level 2 online, though she had never done it. So then I moved on to level 2 within, I think, a gap of a month. She organized that course, and so I did level 2 also with her. uh, I mean, that was my first attunement with her. Level 1 was with another teacher. And then I realized that the best teacher, best part of a teacher is not that they give you more knowledge or more content to read, or they flood you with lot of information. Lot of information is already there on internet or something. The best teacher or best guide is someone who opens you towards a path, and then you have to walk your journey yourself. So that was the biggest contribution Cash has done for me. She led me to a path where now I am regular with my self cleansing every day without fail. I'm doing. And sometimes it happens that I'm not able to do it at a particular time at night. I try to do it at night when my kids sleep and I have some time for myself. But if I'm not able to do it at that time, I try to do it early in the morning before they wake up. And sometimes it happens that I'm not able to even do it in the morning. So that will answer, I think, your question. You were asking, one of the participants was asking in the beginning. I have even done it in my office vehicle. because I realized that it is important. I have to do it. So it's like my breakfast. So I've done it in my office car. I've done it in the shower because I read it somewhere that you can do it anywhere, and it does not mind. It's a kind of smart energy, so it will not mind your surroundings. So I've done it in the shower when I was very squeezed of time, and I've done it almost wherever you can imagine, because one has to carry it with you, and it's sort of it's like now my that you the tonic you take in the morning, or some sort of that kind of pill, without which you don't. And it's not just a placebo, because you notice changes in your life. You notice changes in your blood level if you are suffering from some sort of medication, some ailments, and you are regularly getting tested, so you'll notice the difference between your levels. That has happened with me in my thyroid levels. And then you notice certain changes in your lifestyle, your sleep pattern that becomes more peaceful. Other changes, your day rhythm, your circadian rhythm becomes more regular, all those things. And your temperament, it affects. So these things you start noticing, and it has really helped me in my days when I was suffering with COVID. My whole family was down, including myself. And it was such a bad shape that I was not even able to do full hand positions. It was very tiring. When physically I was not able to handle that. So I used to invoke Reiki, do it at one point, and then just leave it for that point. Then maybe after 2-3 hours, when I feel better, I used to do it for some other point, and it has helped. So it's not very sacrosanct that you do it all the 21 points, like all the points together. Sometimes your intention is what which matters more than the regime. So it's better to follow a regime, and if as long as you can do all the points or all chakras. But if that is not possible, at least go for what is your calling. Always follow your intuition when it comes to Reiki, because I've noticed that energy is very smart. I mean, at some points you don't feel it because it knows that it's the least amount is required. But at some point you suddenly start feeling warm. Your hands even start itching because it requires more at that point. So I think you can just go with the flow instead of directing yourself into a very strict regime. I think it's more fluidic. That works better. And I think now it's better that we interact, and that's it from my side.
Hi, Supriya. My question is like, have you noticed instant change in your vibration after Reiki, or like how long did it take you, uh, or it takes time, or it happens gradually?
See, when I was not regular with my self cleansing around the time of recap course we did, that was around maybe same time last year, I did not notice any instant change. But then after, like 21 days is a sort of period when you comes into habit. With me it took me around a month, and after a month I used to see instant changes after my self cleansing. Even today it's like I was trying nowadays, like when I try, I laid my hands first on the singing bowl, that Tibetan singing bowl. So I realized that when I first picked it up, just fresh, I was not able to play it at all. I kept it back, and then suddenly it struck me that because it responds to your vibration. So I did my cleansing before sleeping around 12 at midnight, and then I picked it up, and just you won't believe it sang so beautifully, because the vibration of body, your aura is all cleansed. So that difference now it comes instantly. I mean, but for that you have to be in a practice, like.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
No questions from my side.
I'm just thinking of what to ask. I'm just thinking of a question. You actually have answered, you have told everything so clearly. So there is not much to ask. But yeah, I have also got into Reiki after COVID. Before that, I was not into any sort of meditation, yoga, nothing I was doing. I was just doing my regular normal exercises. And after COVID, definitely I felt the need, so I came into Reiki. So since you also said that you have also suffered from COVID, right? So how has that helped you to recover? Matlab, what was the amount, how much long you suffered and how quickly you recovered back after doing Reiki?
Uh, See, with me, it was like my whole family, I told you. So it started with one person in the family. So I was, that time I was cleansing and I was trying to protect myself. But unfortunately, I had caught it. And so were my kids also. So it was kind of, you can say, almost a month. I will, though the fever was for a shorter duration, but other symptoms, coughing and all, they were there for a month. So, my recovery was faster than my other family members, though I was the last one to completely get all right because I was the last to catch also, and I was the main caretaker. So,
Yeah.
no, for kids, for husband, everybody was down, and I was the only one actually who was kind of arranging everything for everybody. So it was difficult mentally also, and very tiring when you, especially for kids, when you see your young kids falling ill badly and you don't know they are getting relapse of fever.
Yeah.
Doctors are actually also clueless because other vitals were okay, but they don't know what else to do. I mean, beyond the level in COVID, you don't know what to do. So that time I realized when I was doing my self cleansing, I was able to, gather my thoughts, my energy, because I was suffering from huge weakness. Like most of us get it after COVID, and I was not able to even, walk or gather. And then there was this frequent coughing. So, certain points where you feel actually there is no literature where you should go, especially for COVID. There is hardly any time for empirical studies, but I personally felt that, of course, throat being one point. Then solar plexus, I personally feel is very important because to get, to get you back into fighting mode, that yes, you can carry on after COVID. So solar plexus and throat chakra were my main areas where I used to heal myself continuously, even after the, mandated 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and sometimes only these 2 points at the time of day. So they give you, that energy to fight back. And it's not just COVID recovery, that okay, after 1 month I'm okay. Sometimes you feel like you are down. And during the second wave itself, I was going to office every day, this time in second wave, and that too in NCR where things were really bad. So I realized that I was shielding myself. I used all the shielding and protective techniques which were taught to us, and they were very helpful in, it's not just psychological that okay, you have this shield around you. They were actually helping me because I realized like now it's like 18 hours since I did my self cleansing, and I used to feel, kind of a dip in my energy. So instead of waiting for another same time, at the time when the infection is all around you would like to supplement it. It's just like you would take more vitamins when you are recovering. So I used to give myself more healing and more, at especially these 2 points where I felt I was feeling more exposed. So that's how, I mean, it was there I remember at one day the fever was very high and I was quite weak. I was not able to do even the six chakras. So because my infant was also not all right, he was just, that time he was not even two, he was just 1.5 when he caught it. So I just did, few points and I invoked Reiki. I said my prayers and just said, let Reiki be with me that time. And it may not be, it's not, it goes, doesn't go by the rule book that you have to do this that way. But I had a very strong feeling that today I have to call Reiki with me so that I am supported in, taking care of at least my child. So that, that really helps you to sail through this tough time.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Yeah.
And I feel as you more, walk along this path after finishing of this course, I mean, when the course will be over, at least your journey with Reiki will actually start. So that, and then you'll have more questions. And I think Cash is like, that way she's very wonderful. I mean, you can also say that she's not, in a positive way, you can say that she's not professional. Your course is over now, she'll not answer your queries after a week or so. So she's, she's professional, but she's so warm that it goes beyond profession. You can, sometimes I have doubts. I message in the group at, odd hours, then I realize, why am I asking at this time? But she'll get back to you, she'll answer your queries, or she'll direct you to the right source. So your journey will actually start after your course is over and you start, practicing it more.
Okay. I want to ask you, Kashmira, like what is there in level two? What is the content in level two? You teaching how to heal others, or you're teaching further steps to heal ourselves? Okay. 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 All right. And I just want a general question, like Reiki can be done n number of times in a day, or okay, okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. That is not a worry for me. I'm very disciplined. So if something is good for me, I will leave sincerely. Only thing is that sometimes like I wake up early in the morning, so at times you're not able to sleep back. So that is a good time I feel one can do Reiki. Yeah, yeah. All right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's always nice to interact.
Okay.
Thank you so much,
Have
Supriya.
a great journey, all of
Thank you,
you.
Supriya.
Wish you success in your Reiki journey.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Cash. Bye.
Bye.